All right, so we understand some of the science behind the golf swing, and we've already talked about why it's important to hit up on the golf ball and things like that. So let me go through some simple things that you can do in your setup without even changing your golf swing. They're gonna help you hit up on the golf ball and of course hit the golf ball further. So I've got my trusted hula hoop here again. I've got my driver. We're gonna go through a few things. So first of all, as we talked about, everybody's golf swing is basically a circle, and there's a low point, or what we call the bottom, okay? Controlling the bottom of our swing arc right here at the bottom, and then the club works up on the forward swing. So the first thing and the easiest thing you can do is just move the ball forward in your stance, right? So let's take a look. I mean, if I sit in here, right, and here's my circle, and my club's right here, all right, if I just simply move the ball forward in my stance, now the club's traveling up. I haven't changed my golf swing, I haven't changed my circle. I literally went from a ball position of here in the middle to off my left foot, and now I'm actually hitting more up on the golf ball, assuming everything else stays the same. So that's the first thing that I would tell you, is move the ball up in your stance a little bit. I hardly ever tell a student with their driver to move the ball back. If anything, we're always moving it forward. So get that ball positioned off the inside of your left heel or even off your left big toe and get it out there a little bit. Now there's some other things that are gonna happen when you start to hit up on the golf ball. And I don't wanna dive too deep into the golf swing here, but if we look at our circle, when this club starts to swing up, it also starts to swing to the left. So the club's swinging up, but on the circle it's also swinging to the left. And if the club starts to swing too far to the left, relative to your target line or where you want the ball to finish, we're gonna start to hook the ball and we're gonna start the ball left, and we're gonna hit them in the left rough. So here's what I want you to do. This is a phrase we use a lot, it's called bank. And what bank is gonna allow you to do is make the same golf swing, moving the ball up, and get the ball to start to the right and draw back into the middle of the fairway. So let's go through kind of the bank position. First thing is, I want you to feel like you've got 60% of your weight, what I call pressure, technically it's pressure, 60% pressure on your lead foot. All right, so I got 60, I've got 40. The next thing you're gonna do is you're going to bump your left hip slightly to the left or your lead hip left. So this hip, my lead hip is over my left foot. I've got 60% pressure there also. Lead arm high, trail arm low. So my left arm is going to be high, my right arm is going to be low. The last two things we're going to do is we're going to always make sure our head is behind the ball, which naturally it should be. If the ball's up here off your left toe, you're going to have your head behind the ball. But the final thing, and the real secret here, the real secret is you got to shift what we call your baseline or your aim slightly to the right. Remember how when the club hits the ball and it's traveling up, it's also traveling left? Well, if we want to hit a high draw and finish in the middle of the fairway, we've got to shift that aim or that baseline slightly to the right. So here's what I tell my students. When you hit a driver, I want you to aim down the right side of the fairway. Feel like your feet, your body, your alignments are towards the right side of the fairway. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does to you. So let's go through this one more time. We know we want to hit up on the golf ball, all right? So in order to do that, we need to do a couple things. Number one, simply move the ball forward in your stance, right? That's easy. Get it up here by that left toe. Let's aim to the right, okay? Because we got that swing working. We got to shift the baseline. We got to shift it slightly to the right. Then we're going to get into our bank. Left hip left. 60 on the front foot. 40 on the back foot. Left arm high, right arm low. And when we get in that position and you make your natural golf swing with the new ball position and the slight aim to the right and the bank stuff, you're going to hit up on the golf ball, you're going to launch it higher with a low spin, and that ball is going to be a nice high draw. Most golfers don't realize how easy it is to improve their game when they're provided quality information from a quality source. Be sure to click on the provided link and start seeing your game improve today.